This whole bloody trip's been about teaching Jimmy, and I'm going to be really interested to see what he says. What he finds and why he's choosing that spot. One of the Bushmen fell through a crack in the ground and landed on a glowing opal vein worth over $200,000, making it his luckiest day ever. What started as a disaster turned into the biggest discovery of their entire season. But what strange signs appeared in the dirt just before it happened? What started as an epic fail ended in a discovery so great he is thinking about retiring as a millionaire. The return that changed everything. Deep in the remote Australian outback, under a blistering sun and surrounded by red earth and dust, the Bushman crew found themselves staring at the edge of a season that had nearly slipped through their fingers. What began with uncertainty was now unfolding into something far more powerful, a turning point that no one, not even their most seasoned miner, could have predicted. The man at the center of it all? 74-year-old Les Walsh, a hardened opal miner who had recently faced a health scare that could have ended his career, or worse. Before we delve into this, it's clear that what the Bushmen uncovered goes far beyond a lucky find, and this won't be the only thing that will leave you absolutely stunned. After a tense visit to the doctor to investigate troubling health symptoms, Walsh returned to his camp with news that surprised everyone. His crew, loyal and wary, met. Him with concern etched on their faces. They asked the obvious questions. Could he keep mining? Would the dust and the physical strain make things worse? Walsh, never one to back down from a challenge, shrugged it all off. According to him, he was still alive, and that was good enough. I said I'll survive a bit longer, so you're allowed back down, or you have to stay up here. I'm my own boss. I can go down if I want to. You can come down, I'll come down. If the doctor hadn't told him not to mine, then he wasn't going to sit around and wait to feel worse. For Walsh, breathing deep in the bush air and getting his hands dirty underground wasn't just a job, it was life. But the danger was real. Everyone knew it. The mines could collapse. The ladders were steep, and the physical toll was intense. Still, Walsh suited up. The rest of the crew followed, their loyalty unwavering but their nerves stretched tight. As Walsh climbed down the ladder into the belly of the earth, everyone held their breath. Could the old miner still handle it? Could he survive one more dig? Walsh made it down, and as he stood in the darkness of the tunnel surrounded by stone and silence, something shifted. It wasn't just his return. It was the spark of something bigger, something waiting to be found. The crew wasted no time. With Walsh back and giving his quiet nod of approval, they began digging with urgency and care. Typical Cooper Pedy crystal, the white milky stuff. It's not huge money, but it's more than we started out with. Every chunk of dirt, every broken rock, every cautious step forward carried the weight of their hopes. Then it happened. The first flash of color appeared in the rubble. It was small but unmistakable, a piece of opal, bright, clean, promising. The kind of find that sends adrenaline through every vein and changes the mood instantly. Hope spread like fire. But that was only the beginning. One piece became two, then three, each one pulled from the earth with wide eyes and steady hands. The mine, once feared for its danger and dust, now felt like a gold mine. It wasn't just opal. It was quality. Colorful, rich-layered opal, the kind of find that miners spend entire seasons chasing and often never discover. And here it was, after days of struggle and worry, blooming like treasure just inches from their boots. The sun outside was dipping low in the sky by the time the crew finally surfaced to take a break and count what they pulled. The numbers were incredible, roughly $20,000 in opal collected in just one day of work. And they weren't done. This mine still had more to give. That much was clear, but even as they celebrated their good fortune, their thoughts circled back to Walsh. His return had changed everything. His sheer presence underground seemed to shift the odds in their favor. The man who had worried them, all only hours before, had somehow reignited their momentum, and now they had something to show for it. Back at camp, the mood was electric. For the first time all season, they had hope, real, tangible hope. Their mission wasn't just survival anymore. Now it was about pushing forward, making this season count, and honoring the man who had risked his health to stand beside them. Walsh, exhausted but satisfied, took his seat and listened as the crew recounted every step of their discovery. He didn't say much. He didn't have to. The glint in his eye said enough, but there was more at stake than celebration. With the promise of more opal hiding below the surface, the team knew they had to keep digging. Fast, smart, safe. The season's clock was ticking, and every delay could cost them their momentum. They needed a plan. They needed more hands. And most of all, they needed to prepare for the challenges still ahead. Because even as luck turned in their favor, the Outback never played fair for long.